All right, good morning out there. Today is Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025. I'm Anthony, and this is Drive Dive. And today, I want to talk about time. If you've been following the channel, yes, I've spoken about time, more like time management and what we do on a daily basis. And I've, talked about Atomic Habits. I forget the name of the author, but and he writes about identity formation and the decisions that we make every day, casting votes for just who we are and who we want to be, right? That sort of time in the near term, and how we use the day, and whether we get enough sleep, and things like opportunity cost. I choose to do this, now I can't do X, Y, or Z, and blah, blah, blah. But I want to talk about like the other kind of time, in terms of like, how much time do we have left? Right? That's been sort of a prevailing or reoccurring thought on my mind, is at the age of 41, I'm like half dead. And I don't mean to be like so depressing and all that, but it's like, yeah, how many good, like quality years do I have left before the body starts to go, the mind starts to go, right? The health in some way, what have you, right? Like, there's certain things I could do today that I can't do 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And so, like, I feel just compelled to do those things. If there's a new experience I can have, I got to go for it. If there's, a deeper connection I can form with somebody, I got to go for it. It's things like that I'm talking about, right? Where, I used to feel, again, with the channel, day to day, I had this awful commute, and I'm like, I have to do something with this time. I can't waste an hour of my day just driving and not accomplish anything. So I started this channel, but now I've gone through that sort of career transition, and things have settled, where now I'm like, okay, I have an hour drive, an 8-hour long work day, and then an hour drive home. I mean, that's 10 hours every single day. All right. Like I've got the means now financially. Let's start doing things. Let's make some things happen, and then I was talking with a colleague even just yesterday, and she described like the exact same thing, and having a sense of like, or being a wanderlust, right? And just booking trips. And she talked about like weekend trips to Florida with the family, or last summer she spent some time with the family in London and Paris, and actually climbed like to the top of the Arc de Triomphe, which I didn't even know you could do. And she even said, like, so many years from now, like, you have to climb steps in order to do that, and questioned, her ability to do so. And she was grateful that she did it, this past summer, when again, she's physically able to do it and have that time, that experience, with her husband, with her kids. And so I'm of the same mindset, and I'll go further and just say that too. I was shocked recently, not people I know, but, my wife was sharing, a colleague of hers is in the hospital right now recovering from a stroke, and going through, whether it's physical therapy and or rehab and all of this stuff, retraining himself just how to walk. And it's just, I don't know how old he is, but it's things like that could happen at any time. And I don't really know my family medical history, and whether that could realistically, I don't know, happen to me. But just because it hasn't happened before doesn't mean it won't, or even if it has doesn't mean it could. But just that threat is real. And additionally, she shared another, perhaps even more terrifying, not that a stroke is any less serious, but more terrifying story about a young child who, I guess a teacher noticed at school, odd things happening with their hands, like maybe losing control of their body in some way, and then even larger motor, I guess, like walking into walls. And turns out that the child has, or I'm afraid to say, I think it's had a brain tumor, and had to fly out to San Francisco and a specialty children's hospital, and unfortunately, I guess they induced a coma, and the child never came out of it. And so it's scary stories like that, where I'm like, dang it, book the trip. Like, thanks for watching my video, but like, turn it off, stop, right? Get out, do something, call someone, I don't know, right? Like, book a trip, do whatever it is you've been putting it off. And the laundry will always be there. The grass is always going to keep growing. I mean, the work's always gonna pile up. That's the thing about to-do lists, right? The sick joke. I mean, they never end. They never end. I mean, you get a brief moment of joy when you check something off that list, but right, releasing dopamine or something to that effect, it makes you feel good. But that list can't be the end all be all. You can't just stay on that. You gotta have some fun. Gotta give yourself something to look forward to, right? Create something, whatever it is. Just get out and do it. So that's my whole spiel on time. You can check out my other content if you're looking for. I don't know. I talked previously about things like productivity, how to be more productive, etc. But now this is just like quality of life sort of stuff. Rather than living to work, you gotta work to live. Gotta work to live. And it sounds weird, right? And all these articles about like CEOs now are speaking out against work-life balance and things. Like, I don't fault anybody. For some folks, right, with a startup and all of that, like it can be one and the same, right? Like that startup company, that project, that could be your baby, and that's what you want to sink all of your time and energy and focus and whatnot into. Great, good for you. Like I do wish maybe at times that I had something like that. Where yeah, I mean you've built it, you've created it, and that company has a meaning, has a purpose, and gives that to your life, and you can celebrate those things with loved ones. Like, yeah, oh my gosh, right? Go for it, do it. I don't have that where work doesn't, I don't think in a lot of ways get to be that. So I have to live for the weekend. I have to live for the holidays and the breaks, and I have to use my vacation time not so I can stay home and just do more work, but so you can get out, see the world, have some cool experiences. And so that's it. Just get to it. But yeah, thanks for watching. Right before I start rambling, I appreciate you watching. Any comments, thoughts, share down below. That stuff keeps me going and really the impetus to create more content. So please do that. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And otherwise, enjoy your day. See you tomorrow.